When Wellness Wednesday, you guys. It's Wednesday, your favorite day of the week. And what we're talking about today is why you should not skip the sauna. Sauna makes me feel good. Get really hot, sweat out toxins. Bring water in there, healthy. Get rid of heavy metal stuff. That's what people think. Good. It's all good. But did you know, according to a study published back in 2015 in JAMA Internal Medicine, done on around 2,300 Finnish men, they found that getting in the sauna 4 to 7 times per week, they followed them over 20 years, they found that getting in the sauna 4 to 7 times a week, as compared to 1 time per week, was associated with a 50% decrease in their risk for developing heart disease. So it's great for your heart, the sauna. Why is that? Not to mention, they had a significantly lower risk of all-cause mortality in general, aka anything killing you. So what is going on here, right? Well, when you get in the sauna, you're really hot, right? You're sweating a lot. Some people are crazy. They bring a sweatshirt in there. I recommend that. Bringing weights in there and working out, you see that. But just getting in there for, say, 15, 20 minutes, don't do more than that, is healthy. So why is it healthy for your heart? You're hot. Your blood vessels are going to open up, right? Because your body's very intelligent and it wants to get rid of the heat. So it wants to release that heat through the skin. So if this is your skin, it opens the blood vessels to get them closer to it so they can release the heat right through in the form typically of sweat, as we see, right? You're sweating a lot, you're releasing the heat, Well, you want to also stay hydrated when you're going in the sauna. Bring a bunch of water with you. Maybe a gallon jug in there. So your blood vessels are opening. Okay, that makes sense. Improved blood flow, that's good for your heart. Now that movement in itself, of the blood vessels, like when you do cardiovascular exercise, and we'll talk about how this is a form of passive cardio, aka according to at least some studies. When that happens, that's good for the health of the blood vessel in itself, right? So that's good for the health of the blood vessel wall we call the endothelium. Right, so you could say it improves endothelial function. Does a sauna. All right. So we have improved blood flow. We have improved health of the blood vessel wall. It's getting your heart rate up a bit. And what does this all kind of sound like? Lowering blood pressure, right? Because, there's more blood flow. Right? That's a good thing. Open blood vessels, less blood pressure, bada bing, bada boom. This sounds a lot like cardiovascular exercise. And so, it makes a lot of sense that some articles refer to this as a form of passive cardio, where you're getting that heart rate up, you're improving blood flow without any stress on the joints. Now, this equivalent to, say, moderate cardiovascular exercise. Are you going to burn the same amount of calories? Probably not, right? Is it as good as intense cardiovascular exercise? Probably not, right? I'm not saying to replace cardio with the sauna. But, especially if you're somebody that has a lot of joint pain, muscle aches, things like that, it's hard for you to move around a lot. The sauna is especially good for you because you don't have to put any stress on those joints, and you're getting a lot of those hallmark benefits of cardiovascular exercise, at least moderate intensity cardio, by getting in the sauna. So that's one or a few reasons that the sauna is good for your heart. And of course, lowering your risk for all-cause death. A healthy heart is very important for overall health. Reducing your risk of neurodegenerative disease. That's another potential benefit of getting in the sauna, according to at least one trial, following a bunch of people over years, whatever. Don't have to get too deep into it. And, why is it so good for your brain, I think is an important question. Well, it's a healthy form of stress. And these healthy forms of stress, we always are going back to here at When Wellness to build resilience, right, in your mind and your body. Examples of healthful forms of stress would be exercise, intermittent fasting, getting in a cold shower, cold plunges in general, things of that nature. Also a sauna, right? And Hormesis says a low dose of a healthy form of stress is beneficial or stimulatory, gets to the peak benefit, and then a high dose is inhibitory or harmful. We don't want too much. So you're not going to sit in the sauna for 2 hours. You're not going to work out 94 days a week and not eat anything or sleep, right? You don't need to take a cold shower for an hour. But a little bit, a sprinkle of these healthy forms of stress is great for your body. And how exactly are they great for your brain? Well, one major way is the fact that they increase levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And we've explained what that is many times at When Wellness, but if you're new to When Wellness, brain-derived, it is from the brain. Is it derived from? Neuro is nerve, right? Brain stuff. Trophic is growth. Factor, make sure this thing doesn't blow over. It's in some wicker thing, not a real tripod. That's what we got. It's functional. Brain cell production, BDNF, right? So those healthy forms of stress increase BDNF. You know, and why might that be? Well, the brain feels it needs to fortify itself in response to these healthy forms of stress. Your body's very intelligent and wants to prepare for the future. So it wants to make sure you're sharp and capable and ready to take on whatever task is going to be in front of you. Now again, joint pain, muscle pain, you know, kind of why is that? Well, it could be some good endorphins and things, but blood flow is really important for that, right? And we always say movement is medicine. You look at osteoarthritis, and there was a study we talked about on When Wellness eons ago. You know, it was 5 years every day for a long time, so I don't even remember when this was. But it was around 1,000 people with osteoarthritis, and they showed over the course of a month, those who exercised at moderate intensity exercise, it was 40 to 70% of their max heart rate 3 times a week. Might have been 3 to 4 times a week. I think it was just 3 even. They had greater pain reduction at the end of the month than those who took 600 milligrams of ibuprofen daily. So that movement, that blood flow, pumping the synovial fluid, that's all good. You're at least definitely getting the blood flow with the sauna, you guys. So don't skip the sauna. It's great. It's simple. You don't need to be in there forever. You know, 15 minutes. You probably even get the benefits with less time. What type of sauna? Well, the Finnish sauna is the one that they've used in most trials to show a lot of this health benefit, right? So, you know, go for one like that over like a steam one and, you know, things of that nature. Before we go, happy birthday, Daniel Kiparissis. Happy birthday, dude. This one is definitely your day in the book of When Wellness forever and always. You know, now whoever's birthday it is, they only get a shout out if it happens to land on a Wednesday. And that was you today, so lucky you. This one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel Kiparissis. Happy birthday to you. So many more, Danny. I love you, dude. You're the man. Who do we got out here? Say what's up. Yeah, what's up, Shelly girl? How you doing, gorgeous lady? You know, Zero Limit Fitness, Master Ben, how are you? Firstly, good to see you on here, brother. Mucho respect. You know that always. Guy's a beast. Zero Limit Fitness, spelled with an X in the beginning. I am not completely sure about that. This was really talking about more specifically Finnish sauna. So it's that dry heat. So I don't know how with the steam room it affects the release of moisture and things of that nature. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I would have to look into that. But I'm sure there's still a lot of benefit. It depends how hot it is too, right? You know, because getting the heart rate up and improving the blood flow, that's a big thing. So I'm not completely sure, but that's a great question. King Reed, Sibia, how you doing? 1, 2, 3, Juju. WWW, that's right, When Wellness Wednesday. Yes, what's up, pretty girl? Jens, Clara, how are you, my darling? Thank you for coming on. Guillermo, Joshy Joe, and Tommy Reed. As for now, so we got for you folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when. We will not see you tomorrow. We say that all the time because, God damn it, we can't stop because we're so used to 5 years saying that every single day. We'll see you Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we'll be there. Have an amazing rest of your day and week. And happy When Wellness. See ya.